Hello and a cheerful welcome back to the Five Flagons in Neverwinter Nights 2. Yes, how cheerful. Yes, today, well, we kind of got matters settled in the Nobleman's District. I think it's time we go and, we're about to go out into the city, but I think we should, do a bit of bonding with our companions once again. It's been a while since we have had the chats. So, let's see, who did we not really have much chats to? We can give Kelgar a try again. Yes. No, I want to chat with Kelgar, please. Talk to, yes.
Something you need?
Yeah, so we don't have to ask about Kalakcha anymore. It's kind of like, I suppose we can ask.
It's no proper dwarf curse, that's for sure. Sounds like something they want to find pretty badly, though, whatever it is.
Well, now they won't anymore, because we killed them all.
Go on and ask them.
All they found is death. So, let's see. About becoming a monk.
What about it?
Never mind.
Alright, go on and ask them.
So, about our companions.
Like who?
Oh, this is actually new. You seem more well disposed to Nishka than before, even Eleni to an extent.
Well, that frail lass is one of the copper elves. Wood elves. They're a stone's throw more tolerable than some of the other kin, but she's still an elf. Their kind stood with the shield dwarves in the north, so I'll stand by her if need be. She needs to comb her hair, though. Put a little meat on that slim belly of hers. You'd think she was trying to be a tavern dancer with a belly like that. Huh, makes my stomach churn.
So you think that tavern dancers are there to make your stomach churn? I don't get why you get into drinking so much, Kelgar. Alright, maybe crazy, but it may qualify you as a trial of even-handed. The tier monk spoke before you.
Not a bad idea.
Alright. Well, we've spoken enough. So, yeah, he's a little bit less racist. We've taught him that, I guess. So, speaking of Eleni.
Oh, look who has a question. And here I'd thought you'd forgotten all about me.
Ooh, so jealous. So jealous. What do you mean?
I thought the Horned One occupied much of your time now. You certainly do seem to be showing an interest in her. Or perhaps it's just my imagination.
She is a lovely woman, it's hard to ignore.
I'd be careful with her if I were you. Demons and devils are not of this land, and their nature is different than ours. Fickle comes to mind.
She has risked her life for me and for us, so I trust her.
You may walk whatever road you wish, all the while telling yourself it's the only one upon which your feet may fall. It matters not to me.
Alright, well, we've spoken enough. Was that very angry Eleni? No, it doesn't seem to have removed any influence with her. Okay, we were honest, so... Then I guess we are directed to speak with Nishka
What's
now.
What's going on?
So let's flirt a little bit. Let's not pull our tail. I think that'll go. Let's blow a kiss. That's finer. Live teasing reaches up and as if catching and puts it on her lips. Ah, that's nice. So Chandra, though, she's new.
What? What are we stopping for?
What's wrong?
What's wrong? You're being put on trial for killing an entire village.
I'm probably
Doesn't that
goth
bother
kids
you?
at this point. I would have tortured one day, but it wasn't worth the time. Oh dear. No, that's not our answer. Okay. Actually, yeah, this is like the fate of the law. That's not. But I think, yeah, my fate is unimportant. But I will need to make sure that what happened to Amber doesn't happen to anyone else.
I don't see how you can be so calm about all this. You
High
could be
wisdom
hanged,
score.
Or worse, in Luskan. I mean, low justice in Luskan? It's really bad. Although it's not enough for anyone who attacked Ember as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, what do you know about Amber?
I traveled there last season. The thought that everyone there is dead. It's hard to believe. I mean, there aren't any militia or soldiers there, really.
That's
If
foolish.
anyone attacked it, they couldn't have put up much of a fight.
Did you know anyone who lived in Amber?
A few. One or two I knew really well. The quartermaster was always kind to me. Although he was a little too obsessed with his logbook. Had to track every shipment in, out, along the coast, off the coast. But still, a nice person.
And did you know anyone else?
There was Elaine, of course. She let me stay in her family's home when the roads were washed out while I was there. You know, she did quite a bit of trading herself between Ember and Port Last and the neighboring villages. I wonder if she was in Ember when it was attacked.
Well, she was there last we saw, I believe. Any idea where we could find her?
We could check in Port Last. If she was on a trade run, she may have passed through there. The steward of Port Last, Hieromus, might know more. Although, if he thinks you're the killer, don't expect a warm reception.
Did you know anyone who lived in Amber?
A few. One
Oh,
or
actually,
two.
we
I
had
had to
that,
track
yeah,
every
so,
shipment
sorry.
in, out, along the coast, off
So
the
anyone
coast.
you know to help us
I
what
think
happens?
checking in Port Last is probably the best thing we can do. It's the nearest town. Someone there may know something or heard something. The steward of Port Last, Hieromus, is probably one of the people we should definitely see. Although, if he thinks you're the killer, don't expect a warm reception.
Alright, actually more questions.
All right, go on and ask.
So what can you tell me? Actually, that's first off. Are you alright? You look a little lost.
Well, aside from the frequent kidnapping, yes, I suppose I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. But don't worry, I'll try to keep up. So don't trouble yourself, all right?
Look, if you have any questions to ask, I'm here to help you.
All right. I mean, I know I haven't been around you as much as, say, Kelgar Idiot Fist.
Hey!
Calm down. Monks aren't supposed to get sensitive about things like that.
Well, Iron Fist monks are. We have our pride.
I think I need you to explain to
Ooh,
me
cool.
one more time
Nice
what we're
flip.
doing. We're being hunted and accused, put on trial, and you've got silver things in you.
Shards.
Yeah, shards. I got it, Sand. Thanks.
I derive pleasure from clarification, Miss Jero.
Anyway, with all that's been going on,
I think he has
I'm
some
not
weird
sure
kinks,
I
that
understand
man.
why it's been going on.
Okay, what don't you understand precisely?
Well, first off, the shards in you. Sorry, the shard in you and the shards you
Or
carry.
maybe shards, who knows?
Where do they come from?
Well, one is buried in my chest, the others I simply find around in, you know, old ruins, caves, that sort of thing.
What are they shards of?
Apparently a sword from some extraplanar people called the Githyanki.
Okay, see, that's where you start to lose me. Why is this thing inside you? And why is it broken? And what are you supposed to do with it? Kill a dragon or...
Well, it's inside me because when I was a baby it went kaboom. And the kaboom got, you know, shrapnel in me. And I lived. Hurrah. I'm supposed to use it against the King of Shadows, apparently.
And the King of Shadows is who? Like Elminster, except evil?
Yes!
But you're willing to keep trying to find out?
Yes. There's not much choice. If I don't try, I'll just make things worse.
You mean this Black Garius? He's also helping the King of Shadows,
Yeah,
right?
I imagine he's a prick. He's something of a mystery, though, but I imagine a prick.
So what do those Githyanki want with you? Are they with the King of Shadows?
Nope, apparently they want to stop it. And they really want the sword back. They're very obsessive about that.
But one of those shards is in your chest. If it comes out, You're dead.
Well, unless we find a really good surgeon, but I doubt the Githyanki are interested in finding a good surgeon, so probably yes.
This is the most bizarre series of events I've ever heard.
Yes.
Not me.
Not now, Grobnar.
All right.
So what are you going to do about all this exactly?
Okay, so now we have a little bit of a dialect tone here. It's my duty to stop the King of Shadows. I have discharged, it's my responsibility. I have to stop the King of Shadows. If this weapon is all that can hurt him, then we need to make sure, or else others suffer. Closer to what Denzon would say. He's very much about helping others. No plan at all. I'm gonna keep going and see what happens. I'm not dead yet, so wherever my path takes me. That's very chaotic neutral. I'm going to keep killing anyone who crosses me until they learn what crossing me means. And then further, slaughter every shadow priest and Githyanki who gets in my way. A whole mountain of corpses behind me. Let's go for the second one.
All right. Well, as long as you don't get me killed doing it, I'll do what I can.
Don't worry, I have faith. You'll pull through.
Well, I'm glad you think so. But thanks. I appreciate the support.
Actually, more
All right.
questions.
Go on and ask.
So what do you know about Amangero?
Amangero was my great-grandfather. Or my great-great-grandfather. To be honest, I can't remember which. I heard he was a little eccentric, but harmless. He died a long time ago. My mother told me that he saw me a few times as a babe, but I was too young to remember. Mother said that he would cradle me and sing to me, and I would, well, pull out his beard hairs.
And that's made him evil. So why would a harmless wizard construct a lethal haven?
Well, I thought it was just a story. You know, make-believe. And wizards do protect their towers. I thought she was just exaggerating. I mean, the whole inescapable death trap and thousands of spiders from the abyss thing. It was hard to take my mother seriously when she said things like that.
Yes, also, that would be spiders from Abyss would probably mean Bebeleth. And if you have the thousands of those, well, you need a very big tower. Or some kind of extra box plane or something, I don't know. Did you know he could find this haven?
I've been thinking about it, but honestly, I have no idea where it is. I doubt it would help much anyway. And the whole idea of having to spill my blood to get in there, well, I'm not in any real hurry to find it either.
Mm-hmm. Does it have to be Chero blood according to this thing?
That's what my mother said. I wouldn't mind trying other people's blood first if they volunteer. Maybe we could bleed Bishop. Try it out first.
The way you're going, girl, I think we'll have more than enough of your blood when we find this haven. If we ever do.
Okay,
His
normally I
hearing's a
don't
little
like
too sharp.
edgelord.
Still,
but
Mother was pretty insistent
he's
on
kind
the blood
of
part, and a whole
right
pint
to
of it. That's a
spike
little
back
much.
there. A whole pint? Wow, that was probably an exaggeration.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, so
All
other
right,
questions.
go on and ask.
What happened to the rest of your family in Highcliff?
There's not much to tell. To be honest, my mother died many years ago. Bad marsh fever. Not much I could do. As for my father, well, I didn't really know him. Died when I was very young. He's more like a blur than a memory. What about you? I mean, if you want to talk about it.
Okay, my family?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about it. I mean, your father, or your uncle, he seems very nice.
Yeah, Duncan is apparently my father's half-brother. He used to be part of a big adventuring company, apparently.
He was? He looked like he'd been a tavern keeper for, well, forever. Huh. He seems
really.
so down to earth to be an adventurer. No offense. Thanks for sharing that, by the way. You didn't have to. But knowing you actually have family and knowing what they do,
Kind of.
well, that's important, I think.
My foster father, yeah, he's a little bit distant.
Distant? Why?
Well, he never seemed to like me very much. I'm worried he blames me for the death of his wife, given the story we heard.
You mean your mother?
No, Dagon's wife apparently died with the same time as my mother.
What happened? I mean, if you want to talk about it. Don't mean to pry like a town gossip or anything.
She and my mother died at the Battle of West Harbor trying to save me. At least that was all I'm told.
That's terrible. I really don't know what to say. She must have loved you very much. I didn't realize what you'd been through. That you lost your mother.
Well,
it's kind of strange.
I did know her.
The way you carry yourself, it doesn't seem like you'd ever suffered any loss. Then I hear about this. Anyway, I'm sorry to hear it.
Well, as I said, kind of, died when I was a baby, so don't remember that much. My mother's a bit of a mystery.
Doesn't your father know anything about her? It seems like he would.
Actually, yeah, who is the father? That's a question. We only know about the foster father. I don't know who my real father really is, only my foster father, Dagon.
What does Dagon say about your mother? Did he know her?
I suppose I should ask, but he's a quiet man.
Well, you might want to ask why you still have the chance. He may have his reasons, and if he were to pass away suddenly, you'd never know.
I know a bit more about my trainer, actually, than the rest of my family.
I was wondering, who trained you to be a hero?
Well, hero,
was your
that's a bit
teacher?
of a fluke, but... So, I can answer that, but it's not really giving me...
I was wondering, who trained you to be a hero? Who was your teacher?
I guess I don't really
Well,
know.
you might want to ask why you still have the chance. He may have his reasons, and if he were to pass away suddenly,
okay, so
you'd
this
never
doesn't
know.
quite work, this conversation,
All right.
okay.
Go on and ask.
I think if you picked certain backgrounds, it actually allows you to specifically mention people who were your trainer, but I don't have one of those backgrounds, so... That's why that conversation doesn't really work. So I would say maybe Brother Merring or something, I don't know. Given we're cleric. I think we heard enough. Let's get moving. Yeah, let's go and head on out to the city. Yeah, let's take Calgard Idiot Fist with us, because Calgard Idiot... Or shall we take... Actually, let's take Eleni with us. That might be fun. Party for this investigation. And I think Eleni might be a bit more perceptive in, investigation than good old Calgard Idiot Fist. Let's level up Eleni, actually. She has not been in the group for a bit. Eleni. Whoop! Level up. Get a point in. So I could pick intelligence or constitution, but those are really not important for what she does. So I am just gonna put it in wisdom. So put skills there. Okay, well, we have a lot of feats to pick from. So we now have the plant wild shape, so she can turn into a fucking tree. What would be a good pick? Oh yeah, actually we're gonna take craft magical, or do we have craft wondrous? I don't think we have craft wondrous item yet. Yeah, no we don't. Should I still take this one? Oh, I guess this also does amulets, rings, glass bracers. Yeah, okay. Then I thought it was only for weapons and armor, but oh well, let's take it, because we definitely need one priest to kind of have this, and the druids are actually quite good for crafting stuff.
Get in line.
Which we
Follow
will
me.
probably do in the near future. So we have just a few more special gems. Alright, so we can head out. And I say, well, we have a quest to deliver like that lockbox to Brother Merring. So I say, why not return home for a bit? Yes. Have a kind of a reflection episode here. Where we also maybe question Dagon a bit about stuff. Oh, that's still the same. Hey, and Dagon's still standing there, being badly wounded. You'd think he'd heal himself.
You have returned. You still have the shard, don't you? Make your visit brief. You put us all at risk with your return.
Pretty sure that that won't happen that much. I delivered the shard to Uncle Duncan.
I sense one task only led to another. Such is the way. What seems a simple thread is often part of a complex tapestry.
How's the village fared since I left?
Did not take long for our foe to discover that you had left. I fear you must have faced him on the road to Neverwinter. Does he still hunt you?
Actually, no, they're not after me. We kind of killed them, but I guess a bit late. So, yes, the dwarves in the Blade were commanded by the Gif Yankee. They are still after me, but most of them are
Yankee.
dead.
I've heard their names mentioned only once or twice in passing. Invaders from the Outer Plains. A fierce foe.
So, I want to know about my mother.
When she was a little older than you, adventure sought her out as well. We met in a tavern and were drawn together by mutual necessity.
Very Dungeons
There
and
were
Dragons.
others
Well
with
done.
us, and some tales of our adventures were told. But not all such stories end well. One day we both realized that of the original band, only we were left. I had had enough of death, especially of those close to me.
Did my mother give up adventuring as well?
Your mother was spun of a different silk and maintained her vitality in spite of loss. When I settled in West Harbor with my Shayla, she would visit us from time to time. A heart can heal over time. I had become content. One day when Esmerelle returned, she was thick with child. You. Those were good times. Before you
And the
asked, she
father?
never mentioned any details about your father.
Dang it.
And in my homeland, we respect such silence. Then, I lost everything. Again. I cannot
Yeah,
speak of
Dagon's
this
a bit
anymore.
messed up.
Please, leave me.
Yeah, Dagon has, well, a bit of too much scar tissue, I guess, on the inside. So, let's ask a chat. Oh, Brother Merring. We're supposed to talk with Brother Merring. Hello, Brother Merring. Oh, you come back to West Harbor, Denzon. You seem a different person than the one that he left here. I hope that days have passed and haven't been filled with too much hardship. Have you heard of any more attacks on the village? I am afraid you know as much as I about the attacks. Every hour gives us a new truth. The Durga and the Bladelings came here for a reason though, and I fear it's far from over. Well, kind of maybe is. Say goodbye and let's begin this again. Has anything happened in my absence? The mare continues its slide into bleaker seasons. The lizardlings have attacked some of our outlying farmers. Poor Baffle was assaulted right after you left as well. He took weeks to recover, but he won't tell a soul about what happened. Oh dear. Who attacked him? As I said, he won't talk about it. Georg and Dagon questioned everyone in the village, and no one had any reason to do such a thing. Bevel is still shaken up by the ordeal, and stays indoors most of the time. He comes out only when the militia is training. The physical wounds are easy enough to heal. I'm afraid the wounds of the mind will take much longer. Yeah, so we might need to have a check-in with Bevel. Lastly, Don Bringer Maurice asked me to bring this to you. I told that woman that displays of wealth don't impress the harborman. I'll just put the money away for future emergencies. Thank you, Denzon. Oh, farewell then. So we completed that bit. Yeah, let's actually ask Georg and Retta about the whole thing with Bevel.
So, the great hero returns. Been watching out for danger, like I said? And what about that swamp elf? See it yet?
Swamp elf?
Ah,
Oh.
I see you have. Oh, look at her. She looks a little smaller than I expected, though. For a giant. Looks close enough, I suppose.
Oh, the giant swamp elf. Yes. Obviously you haven't heard. It still lives. Constantly growing, constantly feeding. Of course, now that it's forced to range farther and farther, well, I imagine it will be here soon enough.
What? There's no such thing.
Yes, it may seem that way now. Talk to me again after it attacks. Maybe that'll change your mind.
Oh? We'll be careful then. So, what can I do for you?
Okay, that was another flip, I guess, but apparently we have nothing to say to him for some reason. Okay. Sure. Retta, you're Bevel's mother, after all. It's good to see you safe and sound, young Farlong. Have you heard anything about Lorne? Oh, she's Lorne's mother, right. Has anything happened while I'm gone? You haven't heard then? Young Bevel was assaulted. I found him bleeding all over the ground at the edge of the village. Does anyone know who attacked him? No, Bevel won't say anything about it either. The boy's seen enough as it is, as no one has pressed him on the matter. And when did this attack happen? It was a few weeks after you left the village. Wow, I don't think it was that long since we left the village. Weird. Seems a weird time, space-time thingies with all leaving how the dialogue's written. Thank God Brother Merrick was around. I don't think Bevel would have survived otherwise. Right, farewell. Let's see if we can find Bevel then. Sounds important to find him. That's our friend get attacked. That's not cool, man. How is Thomas, since we're running into him anyway?
Ah, I heard you came back, yes? I'm afraid my new apprentice is barely adequate. You probably are here for some sort of reason, I imagine.
Could you tell me any more about the war that was fought here?
I've investigated that matter for many years, searching for any clues about the demonic army. And in the short time since you've left, there haven't been any remarkable breakthroughs. There may never be any.
Dagan said this scar matches from a demon blade.
Interesting. I was unaware of this. Perhaps I should question your foster father more closely about the events of that time. Dagan leaves me to my business, and I leave him to his. But my research must come first.
Any idea why the blade links attacked?
None. We haven't seen or heard of them since you left. I suspect that you, however, saw more of them, yes? Whatever
Yes.
you took from the village is the only thing they cared about.
Alright, farewell. So yeah, seems to consist that, yeah, Kip Yankee are after me. But now this matter with Bevel. We need to find where Bevel is to have a chat with him. I wonder if he's standing somewhere here or if he indeed is more indoors. Maybe Orlan has something to say? You came back for something? How have the fields been recently? I heard it said that the first people came to West Harbor because of one of the only sections of dry ground and swamp. Swamps have plenty of fertile soil, perfect for growing all manner of crops. It's been like that for years. Past season has been tough though. Why is this season so bad? That's a true platinum question. Right there. We have more water than we know what to do with, and soil seems rich as ever too. I accidentally just clicked the end of the conversation. Okay, well. Let's see, where could Babel be hiding? He said he doesn't like to come out, so maybe he is in one of the houses. Oh, I guess we now have a lockpicker, so Nishka can't do anything about that. Okay. Maybe Dagon can tell us more? No, he is now just quiet and doesn't want to talk about things anymore. He's all in Vietnam flashback mode, I guess. Or in life has no meaning mode or something. Maybe in the Starling house? What the hell is that scream about? Yeah, there's a bit more very subtle screaming in the distance. That's not ominous / horrifying at all. He isn't in this house, is he? Okay. Don't know whose stuff this is, but it's mine now. I have become past level 10 hero, so I have the right to loot everything I see. Aha. Maybe Babel is in the old household? Who knows? There's a little house over here, maybe he's in there. Where is Babel? I think this is actually Thomas's house. I think we already kind of looted that one as well. During the whole prologue bit. Yeah. So that is that. I guess maybe we can't find Babel because he stays in his room or something. Let's have a look near our old house, see if we can find anyone there. And if not, well, that was then it for West Harbor once again. Who's there? Just villager. Far long residence. Yeah, that is our old household. Guess there's no Babel to be chatted with. Okay, we never looked at the desk. That's interesting. Nothing on there, so it's not interesting. But yes, you know what? Let us return where we all started. Back in our cozy little room, and Dagon apparently doesn't have a room of his own. So yes, everyone, this is where I slept. Look at it, it's marvelous. This is my favorite bookcase. I will tell you about all my Dungeons & Dragons book I have in there. Oh god, no. Till next time, bye bye. I find frustrating that I've already seen all of these. Kinky. Anyway, goodbye.